welcome to Cityline. It is great to be in your home. This is a very chilly Thursday morning, the 22nd of December, and it was like 20 degrees when I got up this morning. That's just too cold for us. So now that we're in the warm studio, let me tell you what we have in store for you. Later on in the hour, we'll be talking with Fa'alua, or those of you who love her like all of us do. Lua Pritchard is here from APCC to talk about their new building, and she brought with her Patsy Sir O'Connell, who is their founder and board president, and she'll be talking about how they're dealing with all of the change that's happening there. And then, of course, Brian Flint is here from Sound Outreach, kind of doing the end of the year wrap up and talking about partnerships in the communities and programs that they have. Speaking of communities, Tacoma Community House is here. Jason is here to talk about what they are doing for the community, and we're going to focus on our Ukrainian community members here and what we can do for them. And then with me right now is somebody who I was thinking about this morning before I got up, and I thought, God, if I had to write a speech about how I met this woman. I met this woman on the most strangest occasion. She called me because her 4-year-old daughter, she was convinced, could hang out with the 6-year-olds in a drama camp. And I have to tell you, her 4-year-old daughter was amazing. Please join me in welcoming the mother of that 4-year-old daughter and one of our favorite people, Rosemary Panikani. Hello, my love.
Hi, Amanda. It's good to be here.
It's good to have you here. You are the director in this segment of Tacoma Light Trail, which it is the season. Happy solstice.
Happy solstice to you.
Yeah, okay, because now we want to really get into this, because this is where the light comes in.
And the light comes back.
It does. Yesterday I was like, oh my gosh, we are on our way. So let's talk about the Tacoma Light Trail is back in town. And for those who don't know what it is, maybe they missed it, tell us what the Light Trail is and when it's happening.
The Tacoma Light Trail is a free winter light art festival, and it happens every year about this time in Tacoma. It's in its 3rd year now, and we're so excited. It's bigger and better than ever.
Yes.
It has several parts to it. The first part is what it sounds like, a trail of light. So it's light art that is in storefronts and spaces all around downtown Tacoma, and you can see that every night starting on New Year's Eve, December 31st, going to January 19th.
So if you woke up this morning and said, oh, I forgot to make New Year's Eve plans, this is the answer to that request.
Absolutely, because the other part to the Light Trail, as well as the Trail of Light Art, is our live performances, and they kick off on New Year's Eve with a dragon parade and circus and music and all sorts of things in Tollefson Plaza from 6 to 8 p.m. So we like to call it the New Year's Eve pre-funk, meaning that you can still get to your wonderful party later on in the evening, or go home and watch the ball drop and go to bed, whatever suits you.
So for those of us who have lived in Tacoma for a while, like you have and I have, this is somewhat of what we used to call first night.
It's a little,
but it's more light, more outside.
It's more outside, yes. We're not first night, but we recognize the need.
Yeah, absolutely.
And this goes some way toward filling it.
So let's talk about some of the pre-festival light events going on. We know that it starts on New Year's Eve, but are there some things before that we can be a part of?
Yes, there are. I'm so glad you asked. We have been doing some things already. We've had flaming dragon parades around the neighborhoods.
I saw that on Facebook.
Yes, and bringing little mini light art events to Hilltop and East Side and so on. They are over now, but we still have some light art making happening. There's a workshop coming up, Tacoma's Library Moore Branch, I believe, on the 29th, and we have a lot of like DIY make your own lantern activities on our website.
Oh, the lantern. I wanted to talk about this because that lantern workshop, I remember the first year you were on the couch talking about this, and you were kind of like, I hope people like it. It's gangbusters, those lanterns. Our city likes to make lanterns.
People love it.
They love it.
Yeah.
Of all ages.
Of all ages. And we've got a couple of different varieties, from the like super easy for little kiddos to the really complicated stars that I'm not very good at. But
I'm not either, but I love them.
I love them. I love watching people.
Yes.
And the whole point of making a lantern at home, or even just like dressing yourself up with lights, is that we want the Tacoma Light Trail to be an interactive festival. everybody in Tacoma can be this festival. We can all bring light, wear light, even if it's just a flashlight.
That's right.
Yes.
Oh, I love that, because you know, when you say light, I know it has much more universal, mystical, cosmic meanings to it. And I love that, because that's what this time of year is about. Let's talk about, you mentioned this phrase that just got me, flaming dragon. Tell us more about the flaming dragon, and do we have to protect ourselves?
No, it's quite safe.
Okay,
and
good.
The fire department has signed off on
Oh,
it.
good.
We have extinguishers. It's a magnificent rolling sculpture made by artist Steve LeBurge, who people may know from various UFO sightings in past years, and little alien people sitting on buildings. No, Steve's a wonderful guy. He works in fiberglass, and that's what this dragon is. It's essentially sitting on a ride-on mower, I believe, and
Yeah,
it spouts flame out of its mouth.
I saw it when I was in line for popcorn during COVID at the Grand Cinema. I was like, wow, somebody has a lot of time on their hands and they're good at what they do.
And that's kind of the essence of a lot of the light trail art. You know, people are very creative and using materials in different ways that you wouldn't, normally think about it. So yeah, this dragon lights up and spouts fire. We'll be parading with it, as we have done in previous parades, starting from the steps in the middle of the University of Washington Tacoma, and going down the Prairie Line Trail. It's a very short parade.
But still,
Block.
brilliant.
To Tolleson Plaza, and the dragon will be there on New Year's Eve. So yes, that's just one of the amazing things you can see.
So you mentioned something that I want to kind of segue into. You said these people are so creative and they make art out of things that you just normally would not think of. Can you tell us about what's behind you?
Yes.
I'm like, this, I'm not sure if it's a fishing pole, if it's a lure. What is this, Rosemary?
Or if it's a bunch of political signs.
Yes, great.
Got together in the night and made something.
That's what they're good for after the election.
What is behind me is a giant shadow puppet. Now we've all played, we've all played shadow puppets,
Yep.
where you get in front of a, and you make the little rabbit that goes, yeah, right.
And the ducks.
And the ducks.
And the ducks and the bunnies.
Yes.
Yes.
You're an expert.
And
really.
of course, because I'm a mom, and the alligator that likes to
Ooh, the owlet. Okay.
likes to nibble in your neck.
Oh, I've got to practice that one.
Okay.
Luckily, I don't have to, because I have
You've
all
got
these
a puppet.
wonderful shadow puppets. It is part of a set of, 10 that are made by artist Mauricio Robolino.
I love Mauricio.
We all love
Is
Mauricio.
there anything that Mauricio cannot do?
I know, right? I love his work, and I said, we need some shadow puppets, and he just made a bunch.
his
Including
spare time.
In his spare time, out of political science. So we will have these with his own digital light art projected onto the wall of a tent outside at Tolleson Plaza at these outside events I keep telling you about. New Year's Eve, January 1st, 6th and 7th. And we'll have these giant shadow puppets, and people can like play with them and make, so the projected artwork shines on the puppets and lights them up, and it makes shadows onto the tent, and you can make up your own Ecuadorian fairy tale about Ketsi the dragon bringing the light back to the world.
It's beautiful to think about. I mean, what a trifecta. You've got the cell of the light putting the pattern on the puppet, and then the puppet is making a shadow. Well done, my dear. So let's talk more about those outdoor live events in Tolleson Plaza. They were so much fun last year. So put a GoPro on your head and walk us through what we're going to see.
So it all kicks off with the Puyallup tribe giving an opening blessing.
Oh, that's going to slay me.
And then on New Year's Eve, we have a ton of amazing performers. We have a Samoan fire dancer, Leo Salanoa. Yes, the fire department has signed off on that too.
On him too, yes.
And we have fire pits to keep us all warm, and that's a good thing too. There's Leela Vision Circus from Vashon Island.
I know them,
You're a Vashonian, so they have amazing, massive musical sculptures that surprise and delight and go around. We have some other musicians and poets. We have other interactive light art making, a prayer flag house that's illuminated, and you can write your wishes and prayers for the new year. We have light projections on various buildings and fountains.
Oh my gosh. And wait, there's more, because there's something indoor also.
That's the new thing this year.
Yeah, that's new. So tell us about the indoor space.
Right. So
especially since it's cold now.
It is cold now. So the light trail started out as a pandemic thing, outside, safely distanced, whatnot, and we've still got that part of it. you can stay in your car for the whole parade if you want, but we don't suggest it. But as well as the 4 outdoor performances, we have 3 indoor performances.
Oh my.
At Tacoma City Ballet Ballroom,
Yes.
at the Courthouse Square Ballroom, and the Seymour Conservatory. And we're partnering with different organizations to present those, like different music, dance, interactive light art, and they're all locations on the light trail. So you can step into this amazing light art you can see from the street and experience it all around you.
Oh, that is incredible. So last minute here, it takes a village to create a beautiful light festival like this. Who would you like to thank?
Tacoma Creates.
Yes,
Let's all say it out loud.
Yes.
Tacoma Creates. And the City of Tacoma Arts and Cultural Vitality. I am hoping City of Tacoma Special Events, Greater Tacoma Community Foundation, so many local business sponsors and partners, amazing people, and everybody out there in Tacoma who makes this happen.
Anybody who touched it or attended, thank you.
Yes.
There we go. Now I have to switch to something that I read online, and that is that you and your family have decided to move back to Australia. As we all know, we all grieved with you, and we still grieve the loss of your wonderful father, but your mom is getting up there in age. So you will be moving. Tell us when you are leaving.
I'm leaving in early February. Okay. And my kiddos are out on their adventures now, so they're doing their own thing. So this is a good time to go. Yeah, Mum's getting older and, had a fall this past year. So I just felt that this was the right time to go home. I also am missing home.
Yes.
I love Australia very much.
You're gonna
I
have
love
lots,
Tacoma, but
you're going to have lots of Tacoma people on your couch.
they're all welcome.
Yeah, I bet they are. Rosemary, in this last 30 seconds, I want to tell you how much I love, respect, and adore you. And you are loved and respected and adored by so many people. You have brought so much to Tacoma. You have a legacy, and I hope that somebody gets smart and pays for your way to come back here next year and put this all on again.
The festival will be in good hands.
Yes, it
and
will.
Tacoma Ocean Fest. So stay tuned on that.
Thank you so much, my dear. When we play a little bit of musical chairs, when we come back, we will have in the house Jason from Tacoma Community House. You don't want to miss that. We'll be right back.